And he's sitting there, and I was like, hey, and this is the time too where the Marine Corps, we only had, actually it was like, if I'm the gunner, this is as high as my metal came. Like this was our, so the gun's here and the metal only comes up to here. So you're completely exposed here up.
Yeah.
Army's cruising around with turrets at the time, like inside, they're inside the truck rolling around, digital turrets. Not all of them had it, but it was at the stage where a few of them did.
Wow.
The other ones just had full canopies over them. Marine Corps, we're still rolling around with like the little metal up to here.
Yeah.
And so I just told him to get down just in case the snipers too, because the cars were being pretty tame. They weren't doing anything crazy. So he'd like slip his feet down. I'd see his feet scoot all the way up to the Blue Force tracker, and then all of a sudden I'd see him like scoot his feet this way, which means he was starting to stand up again. And I was like, Luke, I was like, you want to end up on my arm, don't you? And he like looks down. He's like, it'd be an honor to be on your arm, Corporal Casper. And then he waves him again, and then he sits down for a minute, and then a sniper shot and killed him. And so it was 10 minutes after that he was shot, and I had the bullet in my pocket for a while because he was holding the gun, the 50 cal like this, and you know how we had the side sappy plates?
Yeah.
So it went between that, like this 4-inch gap right here. The sniper hit right here, both lungs, and it was embedded in his arm over here. And so like I had that bullet in my pocket for a little bit before I had to turn it over, but he went straight down in the truck. You couldn't tell. It was like being at the range when you're pulling down the things. Like, you know, the rip of the when the bullet hits the paper, there's like that sonic rip of the paper.
Yeah.
That's all we heard. I didn't even know he was shot at first because I just hear that snap like I'm at the gun range. I'm like, Luke, are you all right? And he kind of falls down in the seat. And he says, I don't know. Those were his like last words. He said, I don't know. Passes out. Gilroy, the dismount now. I'm like, get him out. I call the corpsman, say Luke's shot, well, Yepson shot, and all of a sudden the truck rolls around. The truck thought it was a different truck that was shot because we went left and not straight. They went to first truck, then they came to second truck, and we're just sitting. By the time I get out and I look and he's on the ground, luckily there was an Army unit close by that heard the radio call too. At one point we had 3 corpsmen working on him, like Army medic and 2 corpsmen working on him when they got him onto the bird. I just remember going back because at that point I was useless. After he got out, I told Gilroy to strip him and get him out of the truck. I walk around, just remember seeing him walk back, sit in my truck, and I'm just like, these two guys are his best friends. Like he was one of my best friends in Iraq, not my best friend. I didn't have long enough to create like that friendship, but he was one of the guys I cared about the most in the truck. But I'm sitting here thinking the driver and the dismount are his best friends. Like they're I forget, one of them I think was rooming with him, and I'm sitting here thinking like I'm gonna have to put one of them in a seat too tomorrow.